Imagine walking across a field and finding a temple older than the pyramids, built before people even farmed. Or picture an island filled with giant stone faces staring at the sea, as if waiting for something that never came back. History isn't just written in books, it's carved into ruins, buried under deserts, and hidden beneath oceans. Some civilizations rose to greatness, mastered architecture, astronomy, and trade, and then vanished without warning. Let's explore the top 8 lost civilizations that still baffle historians. Each one left behind clues, some whisper of brilliance, others of disaster, but none give us the full truth. 8. Easter Island. Imagine an island in the Pacific Ocean, filled with giant stone heads, each taller than a bus and heavier than a tank. Who made them? And why? Welcome to Rapa Nui, Easter Island, home of the mysterious Moai statues. Between 1250 and 1500 CE, islanders carved 900 statues from volcanic rock, some weighing 80 tons. When Europeans arrived in 1722, they found a ruined paradise. No trees, poor soil, and starving people. For years, experts blamed deforestation by locals, but DNA and archaeology show they were smart farmers using rock gardens to survive. The collapse began after outsiders arrived. Slave raids and European diseases destroyed the population. Even now, no one knows how the Moai were raised. With ropes and ramps, they somehow walked them into place, silent guardians of a lost world. 7. The Anasazi. Imagine living in a home carved into a cliff with stone walls and ladders reaching the sky. The ancestral Puebloans, once called the Anasazi, built such amazing homes in Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon between 100 BCE and 1300 CE. They created roads, farms, and underground rooms called kivas. Then suddenly they left everything behind. Pots, tools, and half-finished houses. Tree rings show a long drought from 1276 to 1299 CE, caused crops to fail and people to starve. Some moved away, becoming ancestors of today's Hopi and Zuni tribes. Their story shows survival through change. 6. The Olmecs. Now picture walking through Mexico's rainforest and finding a stone head taller than you, its face powerful, lifelike, and 3,000 years old. These heads belong to the Olmecs, Mesoamerica's first great civilization, flourishing from 1500 to 400 BCE. They built cities like San Lorenzo and La Venta, invented the first Mesoamerican calendar, and possibly developed writing long before the Maya. But then, around 400 BCE, everything stopped. Cities were abandoned, and the jungle swallowed their temples. The cause? No one knows for sure. The Olmecs were skilled traders who moved jade, feathers, and obsidian across hundreds of miles. They created gods, rituals, and games that inspired later empires like the Maya and Aztec. Even today, their 17 giant heads, each weighing up to 17 tons, guard their vanished world, staring at us like messengers from a forgotten age. 5. The Indus Valley. Imagine a city older than Athens, cleaner than Victorian London, and more organized than many modern towns. Yet no one knows what its people said or wrote. The Indus Valley civilization, also known as the Harappan civilization, thrived from 3,300 to 1,300 BCE across what's now Pakistan and northwest India. Cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa had brick houses, drainage systems, and even flush toilets. 5,000 years ago, their citizens traded cotton, beads, and pottery across the Persian Gulf, and their seals marked with mysterious symbols remain undeciphered today. Then around 1900 BCE, the rivers shifted and monsoons failed. The Sarasvati River dried up, forcing people eastward. Their writing remains unreadable, but their legacy lives on in urban planning, trade ethics, and early Hindu culture. 4. Norte Chico. Before Egypt's pyramids rose, another civilization built massive step pyramids, using only stones and reed bags. No metal, no pottery, no war. This was Norte Chico, or the Corral Supe civilization in coastal Peru. From 3,500 to 1,800 BCE, they built 20 major settlements, including Corral, the oldest known city in the Americas. What makes them mysterious? They had no evidence of weapons or battles. Their power came from trade and religion, not armies. Their economy ran on fish and cotton. People inland farmed, while coastal dwellers fished, exchanging goods through harmony, not conquest. Then around 1800 BCE, they disappeared. Some say earthquakes or El Niño floods destroyed them. Others think they merged with nearby cultures. Norte Chico proves that civilization doesn't need violence to thrive, and that sometimes silence is the greatest monument. 3. The Minoans. Imagine a sunlit palace filled with frescoes of leaping dolphins, graceful women, and golden bulls. Welcome to Crete, home of the Minoans, Europe's first great civilization. From 3000 to 1450 BCE, the Minoans ruled the Aegean Sea. Their palaces at Knossos and Phaistos had running water, storage rooms, workshops, and frescoes showing joy, not war. They traded olive oil, wine, and ceramics across the Mediterranean. Then came disaster. Around 1600 BCE, the Thera volcano, modern-day Santorini, erupted with the power of hundreds of atomic bombs. Ash rained down, tsunamis crashed onto Crete, and trade routes collapsed. The Minoans rebuilt, but by 1450 BCE, invaders from mainland Greece, the Mycenaeans, burned their cities. Their language, Linear A, was lost forever. Were the Minoans a matriarchal society, as their art suggests? Did the myths of the labyrinth and Minotaur come from their ruins? Whatever the truth, their legacy lives on in Greek art, architecture, and myth, a reminder that beauty can be as fragile as glass. 2. Gobekli Tepe. Before the first village, before the first farm, someone built a temple. Deep in modern-day Turkey, around 9600 BCE, hunter-gatherers carved and raised 20-ton T-shaped pillars, arranging them in perfect circles. Known as Gobekli Tepe, the site is twice as old as Stonehenge, and may be the earliest religious structure on Earth. Each pillar is carved with animals, foxes, snakes, scorpions, like a stone encyclopedia of the wild. But the strangest part, there are no houses nearby. It wasn't a city. It was a sacred gathering place. When farming began shortly after, archaeologists believe Gobekli Tepe gatherings inspired cooperation and civilization itself. Around 8000 BCE, the builders buried the entire site on purpose. No one knows why. Did they fear something? Were they closing a sacred chapter of human history? Whatever the reason, Gobekli Tepe challenges everything we thought we knew. Religion came before agriculture. Faith may have built the first walls. 1. Tartaria. Here's the strangest mystery of all. Not from ancient ruins, but from maps. Old European maps show a vast region called Tartaria, stretching from Russia to China. Some modern theorists claim it was a hidden global empire with advanced technology and architecture, erased from history by a mud flood in the 1800s. Sounds wild? That's because it is. In truth, Tartary was just an old name for Central Asia, used by Europeans who didn't know much about it. But online, myths grew, claiming that the ornate World's Fairs, domed buildings, and old photographs were proof of lost Tartarian tech. No archaeological evidence supports it. The buried basements people call mud flood ruins were simply built that way due to sloping streets or later city expansions. Still, Tartaria's myth reveals something deeper, our hunger for mystery. When history feels incomplete, our imaginations fill the gaps. In conclusion, from Easter Island's silent statues to Gobekli Tepe's sacred stones, these lost civilizations whisper the same truth. Greatness doesn't guarantee survival. Climate, conquest, or simple change can erase entire worlds, but their ideas, inventions, and stories echo through time. Maybe that's the real mystery, how we keep rediscovering ourselves in the ruins of those who came before. So next time you see a crumbling temple or an undeciphered script, ask yourself, what if our world vanished tomorrow? What story would we leave behind? Enjoyed this? Hit subscribe, leave a comment, and keep watching for more content to grow your knowledge. Thank you.